All right, the Detroit Lions make 2 strategic moves. Let me know in the comments the Detroit Lions player that just kind of drove you crazy. Mine was actually Ndamukong Suh. Beast, did things, but he just couldn't. He just had to go a little too far. However, at the time, we kind of needed that. We needed that chippiness. He was one. Ebron, of course. Pettigrew for me bothered me. He was like Raiola was always doing stuff. Anyway, I don't want to take them all. Let me know who just like bothered you. What Detroit Lions, you're watching the games, we're losing, and you're just like, dude, this guy. All right, here it is. The Detroit Lions let us know that they're considering switching up the offensive line in 2025. And I think this is really good because we know that we lost our starting right guard and Kevin Zeitler. And we know, okay, Christian Mahogany, plug and play. Well, Craig's been saying this for a long time. Hey, why don't we move Graham Glasgow back to right guard? Like, duh. And that is what they're going to do. Move him over to right guard. And here's what Dan Campbell said. That's tough, man. We've talked about that. Do you go back to right? And is Mahogany left? Is it somebody we drafted? We're going to go do our best in these guys. So do we try Manu at guard? Remember him? Animal. That was the first thought. I was like, we'll put you at tackle or we'll put you at guard. We're going to try these things, let these guys compete a little bit, move them around, see what's right, see where it's at. But, it's not going to be set in stone. So the Lions have said, and Brad Holmes has said, that we're going to add to the offensive line. He said that this week. We're going to add to the offensive line through more free agent acquisitions or through the draft. And we have Mahogany, so that's great. So right now we could go out and play. Mahogany and Graham Glasgow are our guards, and we're set. However, Manu, and the reason this comes up is because you got Mekhi Becton, who was with the Jets. He was playing tackle. He goes to the Eagles. They move him to guard. He's like 6'8". He's huge. He's a 6'8" guard, and he excels. And so the Lions could put Manu at guard and just have this right side of him and Penei Sewell would be insane if Manu's ready and doing what he can and all that stuff. However, it just goes to show that regardless of whether Glasgow plays left or right, Mahogany takes a leap and takes the starter, or Manu joins the interior offensive line, they'll be changed ahead for the offensive line. As much as how the Lions want to proceed, depending on the roster move, still ahead in the draft or free agency, 100%. So that's move number one. I think changing the offensive line around, getting Graham Glasgow out of there into something where he's just more comfortable over at the right side, because, again, he struggled on the left side, especially down the stretch. The second good move that the Lions have made is that let me move over to it here real quick. They have brought in they've got the pre-draft stuff and the pre-draft workouts and everything that they're doing. Let me show you what they're doing. They're bringing in a guy, Ruben Hypolite, let me show you this dude. So here it is. Screen's kind of messing up on me. Hold on. This is a great look at what the Lions are doing. So linebacker seems to be something that they're bringing in. They're bringing in edge and linebacker. And what you do on these top 30 visits is it's a combination of a couple things. Guys that you're interested in, of course, but it's like later round guys is what I'm noticing on these top 30 visits. It's not the obvious ones. It's like we've seen you at the combine. We've seen enough tape on you. The top 30 visits, nice, but okay. This Maryland linebacker, Ruben Hypolite, and this is interesting because there's not many linebackers available in this draft. So you got to be selective and you got to know what you're doing. I think the Lions do need a linebacker. It would be nice. Anzalone's getting a little older. What do you do with Rodriguez? You just signed Barnes back. But like an athletic, really good linebacker just feels nice to bring in. And so Ruben Hypolite is a guy that you got to keep your eye on. And we'll get back to some of these other guys as well. But Hypolite is a guy that I think is going to fall in the draft and could be a late round sneaky selection. Here he is, kind of just showing off his coverage skills, and he's on a tight end. All over him. Coach loves it. Love it. Okay. Let me just I'm going to pull this up. Hypolite is a guy that kind of has been, he's had 50 games. He's had 236 tackles, 12 for loss, 3 sacks. He had a standout pro day performance. It sparked renewed interest from teams looking to strengthen their linebacker core. So this is a end of the draft type of guy, but I think it's smart to look at linebacker. The other spot of this, let's just look at some of the formal meetings and stuff they've had. So there's that Gray Zabel. He keeps popping up. You're just like, no, okay. Gray Zabel, the reason that's interesting, again, another top of the draft offensive lineman. I don't hate it. You cannot go wrong with offensive and defensive line. Look at all these kind of formal meetings from the draft. A lot of linemen. Love that. Pro day attendees, where they were at pro days, pro day meetings, virtual meetings with Josiah Stewart, Shrine Bowl meetings. I mean, this just goes so deep. It's crazy. A little kicker action. All right. Hula Bowl meetings. Oh my gosh. There's so much work done to get to that one or, 6, 7 players. But you know what I mean? Like, you're dialing into just a couple of players. But I love the top 30 visit to bring in a linebacker. I love that. Love moving Graham Glasgow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that one. Also, there's been some jersey number changes. Let's just talk about this for a second. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams. Check this out. So, Jahmyr Gibbs goes to 0. He was previously 26, of course. Jameson Williams goes to 1. Broderick Martin switching things up. Terrion Arnold goes to 6, like that. I used to love the number 0. I don't love it anymore. However, on Jahmyr Gibbs, I think that's gonna look pretty sick. So then Enos Rakestraw is like, sweet, I'll take 9. And there we go. All right, new players, jerseys number they'll be wearing in camp. Rock Ya-Sin, 23. DJ Reed, 4. Ronnie Bell, what's up? Ronnie Bell. Love that. Okay. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. We'll see all of you on the next one.